And tonight, little man, on a ship of dreams you'll sail. Dreams are made for children, and a dream is a fairy tale. Good evening. I'm Shirley Temple. Dick Whittington is the boy who came to London because he thought the streets were paved with gold. Fortunately, he met up with a cat who had a slightly more practical turn of mind. You're a queen, you're a king, when your heart's young as spring. Oh, how bright the world can seem. Dreams are made for children, and we're children as long as we can dream. Not many people realize that Dick Whittington was an actual living person. Yet, the stone you see represented here is a landmark in London today. And all over the city you will find monuments to Dick Whittington and his cat, because in the 14th century, Dick Whittington actually became Lord Mayor of London. But at the time our story opens, Dick was only a poor orphan country boy, starting out for the big city to make his fortune. But as London town was a long way off, and Dick was anxious to get there as quickly as possible, he took a coach and four, the back end, that is.
Whoa! Gully! Gully! Yes, sir. Did you send someone ahead to make arrangements? I want my supper. It's been ordered, sir. Hey, Faith, you're right. I can smell mutton roasting. Who's that? Stop that boy! Stop thief! Stop! Stop thief! Stop thief! Come here. Give it. I got you now. Come on. Come on. Here he is, Mr. Fitzwarren. I caught him.
But, sir...
Quiet, thief.
I'm not.
Oh, yes, you are.
But he's just a boy.
But a wicked boy, Miss Alice.
What did he steal?
He stole a ride.
Is that stealing?
Of course it is, Miss Alice. Your father didn't pay £100 and over for them horses in that carriage so this one could ride free. What if the passengers on your father's ships did that?
Why did you do it, lad?
I'm sorry, sir. I didn't realize I was doing anything wrong. I'm on my way to London town to make my fortune.
Well, you'll make no fortune in London town if you're too lazy to walk.
Oh, but I'm not lazy, sir. It's only that I can't wait to see London town. The great church they tell of, and King Edward's palace, and all those shining streets paved with golden sovereigns.
May I get the sheriff and tell him you'll bring charges? And...
No, Gully. The boy did wrong, but let him go. He's just a poor lad trying to make his way in the world. Let him go. Come, Alice. I'm hungry.
Yes, Father.
You got off right that time, thief. On your way.
London town. Hello?
Hello.
I've come to London town.
He's come to London town. London town, and tell us, pray, what brings you to London this fine day?
I've come to seek my fortune.
I've been told, the streets are paved with gold. The streets of London are paved with gold. I've been told,
He's been told,
I've been told,
he's been told.
through these gates, I know my fortune waits. Someday they'll list me among the greats who have passed through these gates.
Through these gates.
I'll start at the bottom and learn me a trade. I'll work very hard, for I'm not afraid. In no time at all, my fortune will be made.
He's been told, he's been told, he's been told. The streets are paved
London are paved with gold.
For the gold you can hold.
And wherever I go, I'll see a golden glow.
The streets of London are all aglow.
Yes, I know that it's so. They shine and they glitter and shine. So bright is their light when they glitter and shine. In no time at all, what riches will be mine.
On my word, have you heard, the streets are golden lined.
The streets of London are golden lined.
For what wealth you will find.
I've dreamed of this moment for many a year. At last I am here. And my future now will unfold, where the streets are paved with gold.
With the laughter of the boys ringing in his ears, Dick entered London town. Oh, he was confident. At first.
Please, sir, I'd like a position. Please, sir, I'd like a job. Please, sir, if I could work, anything for a bite of food.
Oh, Miss Alice,
Yes, Goldie?
look at these splendid silks we've just got in from Venice.
Oh, they're beautiful, Goldie.
Your father plans to show them to the Queen herself.
The Queen. Oh.
But if these silks were my silks, I know who should wear them.
Who is not the Queen?
Ask the glass, Miss Alice.
You asked the glass, Goldie. I don't think I care for these silks after all. Father,
Yes, my dear?
could we go soon?
Straight away, my dear. I finished inspecting this shipment. Carry on, Goldie.
Yes, sir. Goodbye, sir. Goodbye, Miss Alice.
Oh,
Hello, what's this?
Father, it's that boy.
What boy?
The one who was coming to London to seek his fortune.
Well, he'll make no fortune sleeping in the daytime. Come on, wake up.
I'm not sleeping.
Are you ill?
I'm hungry.
Oh.
Well, dash my buttons.
Oh, that's good. Thank you, sir. Thank you, miss.
You certainly are hungry.
It's the first bite I've had since I came to London.
Oh, Father, can't we help him?
Well,
Please?
you came here to make your fortune, you say. Well, there's only one way to do it, and that's by hard work.
I'm not afraid of hard work, sir.
Good, then I'll take you on as odd boy.
What's odd boy, sir?
Whatever's odd for anyone else to do, you do. Now, for this, you get a bed and food, and at the end of a year, a silver penny. And at the end of 2 years, if you've worked long and hard and said your prayers and been a profit to me, I'll make you an apprentice, like Dooley.
An apprentice, Mr. Fitzwarren. Oh, bless you. God bless and keep you, sir.
Now, wait, you're not an apprentice yet.
But I will be, sir. You'll see. I've a stout heart and willing hands. Why, how could I make my fortune otherwise?
Remember, Rome wasn't built in a day.
Oh, my. That's a terribly shrewd observation, sir.
Yeah, well, you'll live here with Gooley. He'll show you what to do and what not to do. Won't you, Gooley?
Yes, sir.
He seems a good lad, doesn't he, Gooley?
Oh, yes, sir.
Come now, eat your food. Father says no one gets rich on an empty stomach.
Oh, yes, eat your food. I'll take good care of him, Miss Alice.
my dear.
Goodbye, Mr. Fitzwater.
Bye, my boy.
Miss Alice.
Goodbye.
Bye, sir. Goodbye, Miss Alice. I'll take good care of you, I will.
And take care of him, Gooley did.
Whittington! Whittington! Whittington!
Whittington!
Hello, Dick.
Hello, Miss Alice. I'm sorry I dropped your father's cloth.
I shouldn't have yelled at me like that.
I thought you were Mr. Gooley. Every time he yells, I jump.
Are you making your fortune, Dick?
Well, it's a bit early to say yet, Miss Alice.
I'm sure you will, Dick.
If hard work and right thinking and just plain pluck can do it, I will, Miss Alice.
I have something for you, Dick.
For me, Miss Alice?
Well, you've worked for my father a whole year now, and Father said I could give you your wages.
A penny. A silver penny. It's the first I've ever had. Oh, thank you, Miss Alice. And Mr. Fitzwater, too. My first penny.
And it's a very special penny, too.
How do you mean, Miss Alice?
It's a wishing penny.
A wishing penny?
First penny you earn always is. Just make a wish and it will come true. Didn't you know that?
I don't think people get things by wishing. They get them by ambition and clean living, hard work. After all, Rome wasn't built in a day, you know.
Anyway, Dick, I do hope you get everything you wish for.
Thank you, Miss Alice.
Whittington! You clumsy oaf!
I'm sorry, Mr. Gooley. I was excited. Miss Alice just brought me my year's salary.
Hello, Miss Alice.
Hello, Gooley.
So, Whittington, you've got your wages. Now back to work.
Excuse me, Gooley, but Father said Dick was to have the day off today.
The day off?
Well, he's worked for Father a whole year now and had none off except the holy days.
Anything you say, Miss Alice. So, Whittington, you've got a penny and a day to spend it in.
Spend it, Mr. Gooley? Never. I won't make my fortune that way.
Well, goodbye, Dick, and have a good time on your day off.
Thank you, Miss Alice.
Goodbye, Miss Alice.
Isn't she beautiful?
How dare you say that about Miss Alice?
I'm sorry, Mr. Gooley. I didn't mean anything disrespectful.
Well, you've got a day off. Go on, take it.
I don't know where to go, Mr. Gooley.
As long as you get out of the way of us that has work to do.
Mr. Gooley, can't you and I be friends?
I be friends with the odd boy.
Well, I don't know anyone in London except you.
Take your day off.
Yes, Mr. Gooley. My first day off. And my first penny. First's the hardest, they say. Why, only next year I'll have another. And the year after, still another. The pennies will turn into pounds, and the pounds will turn into my fortune. Smell.
Taste. Eat it all, lady. Only a penny.
A penny? A penny? Oh, I'm sorry, but I can't. Thank you for the smell, and thank you for the taste.
Oh, what a life you've got in front of you, sir.
I have?
Yes, it's all there, plain as if it was printed in a book. Oh, the things I could tell you that are coming to you, sir.
Oh, what things? Tell me.
Certainly, sir. Just put a penny in my hand.
A penny? Oh, but my penny is the foundation of my entire fortune. I have to go, ma'am.
All right, let's have an end to it. No more cats, I say, now or ever. Out of my way, boy. Pussy here is due for a swim.
Oh, I beg your pardon, sir, but I never knew a cat that could swim.
Well, just to be sure, boy, this one is going in the Thames with a rock around its neck.
Oh, sir, what a cruel thing to do.
Oh, is it? Well, it's a sight easier than drowning a batch of kittens every fortnight.
Oh, sir, I beg you not to drown that cat. I'll take it.
I don't give nothing to nobody. Here, you want her so much, why don't you buy her? She's yours for £1,000.
£1,000? Oh, but all I have is a penny.
So, she's yours for a penny.
My fortune. My fortune. Hello, Mr. Gooley.
So the idle rich has finally come back.
Look what I've got.
A cat! Get it out of here!
But it's mine.
I don't care whose it is. I won't have a filthy beast like that in the establishment.
She's not filthy. She was washing herself all the way home.
Get it out of here, I said.
But I paid for her with my penny.
You paid a whole year's salary for a cat?
I couldn't help it. They were going to drown her.
That's the most comical thing I've ever heard.
I don't think it's funny. I think it shows Dick has a good heart, don't you, Father?
Quite so, quite so. But a year's wages is a year's wages.
She can catch mice, sir. I thought it would be a good investment.
Well, so long as you remember she's your investment.
Oh, can I keep her, sir? She can live on mice and what I give her from my food.
Oh, please let Dick keep the puss, Father. That is, if Gully doesn't mind.
Mine? Why, bless your tender heart, Miss Alice. I love cats. Dick and Puss and me are going to get along just fine, aren't we, Dick?
Yes, sir.
Good night, Puss. Good night, Dick. Gully.
Good night, Miss Alice.
Good night, Miss Alice.
Well, good night, Gully. Good night, my lad. A year's wages.
Good night, sir. Well, put her down and let's close up.
Yes, sir. Oh, Puss! What's the matter with her?
I must have trod on her tail.
You mustn't get in Mr. Gooley's way, Puss. What's the matter with Puss? Oh, poor Puss.
The poor brute must have fallen in the fireplace.
You put her there, you mean? You're always abusing her. I'm going to tell Mr. Fitzwarren.
I wouldn't if I were you, odd boy.
Then you stop hurting Puss.
Hand me that birch rod.
Don't you dare hit Puss.
It ain't Puss I'm going to hit.
What are we going to do, Puss? What are we going to do? I can't stand this anymore. We're going to leave, Puss. We're going to leave London. Even if I don't make my fortune.
It was All Hallows Eve, a night of witches and goblins and ghostly voices sighing in the wind.
Do you hear anything, Puss? I suppose it's just the wind, but it sounds like voices. Is it voices, Puss? Whittington ran away. Whittington ran away. Is that what they're saying? We're going back to make our fortune.
Now I want you all to listen to me. I am sending a ship laden with merchandise to trade with the King of Barbary for the rare and wonderful things they have there. And I am so certain of the prosperous outcome of this voyage that I am going myself. And I'm taking my daughter with me. As is my custom, those of you who work for me will be allowed to invest in the voyage. I've been told, the streets are paved with gold. The streets of Barbary are paved with gold. I've been told. And I'm certain that in this barbarian oasis there are silks and satins and the finest laces, rare perfumes and gems that fill you with elation. And these riches tingle my imagination. Oh, what visions of wealth unfold all the gold one can hold. There never was a heathen who is slicker than a London merchant in a trade. I'm slicker and I'm quicker. When I start to dicker, I'm a man who's unafraid. And quicker than you can say Jack Robinson, our fortune will be made. On my word, I have heard the streets are golden lined. The streets of Barbary are golden lined. Oh, what wealth we will find. So let me have your pounds and shillings. I will gladly take whatever you invest. When I can play around with other people's money, I am at my very best. You'll be wealthier 10,000-fold, for the streets are paved with gold. once, we won't get anywhere. Now, give the information to Gooley here. Well, my lad, aren't you going to invest?
I have no money, sir.
What about your wages?
I spent them to buy my cat.
Oh, yes, I remember.
It was only a penny, sir.
Only a penny? How do you think I got where I am today? I saved my pennies. Everyone here is going to make himself a golden bit of profit, but not you, because you have nothing to invest. I am disappointed in you, Whittington.
I'm sorry, sir. I try to pattern myself after you in every way.
But I always have something to invest. It's a first principle.
If you please, sir, I do own the clothes on my back, but I don't think it would look very nice if I went without them. The only other thing I own is my cat.
Your cat?
I paid a whole silver penny for her. Would you take her for my investment?
A cat?
Ships have rats, I've heard. Perhaps a cat would be useful.
Well, it shows the right spirit. All right. Done. Gooley, put down Dick Whittington for one cat.
A cat, sir? Mr. Fitzwarren, I must protest.
Protest what?
Well, all of us here have invested good hard silver or gold. And a cat's not coin of the realm, sir.
I am running my own business, Gooley.
Yes, sir. You're the master, sir. I can't say anything.
Then why do you keep saying it? A shut mouth is a good one. Remember that, Gooley. All right, back to work, all of you.
Go away, go away. He told me a shut mouth was a good one.
I've known times.
Will you be with me on it, or won't you?
I'm with you, Gooley.
Mr. Gooley.
Oh, Mr. Gooley, then. Now, when we're a day's run from Barbary, there's a tragic accident on the high seas, and...
Old Fitzy finds himself in the briny deep. You hand over his credentials to me, and...
You become Fitzwarren.
For the purpose of trading with his lord, I muck-a-muck the king of Barbary.
Then when the trading's done, you and I'll have a split on that.
Aye, and when we get back to London, I produce a will showing that Mr. Fitzwarren left me all his property.
For long and faithful service, you and I also do a split on that.
His uppity daughter won't have any choice but to marry me then.
In accordance with her father's dying wish as clearly expressed in his will.
Ain't it a good thing old Fitzy can't write?
Ain't it a good thing you can?
Then we're agreed, Captain.
Master Captain.
And so the good ship Unicorn set sail for Barbary. But there were strange happenings on board. The cook complained of a ghost who stole food from his storeroom.
You little puss. Not that, not that.
Go away, ghost! Go away, ghost! I'm scared. Don't hurt me!
Look out, you'll cut me!
It's impossible. No one can cut a ghost. I can't hurt you. What's going on here?
That's the ghost I was telling you about, Captain! I'm not a ghost, sir!
Well, if you are, some of it has rubbed off. On me.
Why, it's Dick Whittington.
Hello, Miss Alice. And you, Mr. Fitzwarren? You're both looking well. The sea air seems
Never
to have...
mind about the sea air. What are you doing here?
I'm sort of a stowaway, sir.
He stole another eye.
I'm sorry, sir. I just couldn't bear to be without my cat. She's my only friend.
I think if Dick loves his cat so much, he should be with her, Father.
Well, there's nothing much we can do about it now, except to make him work his passage.
Oh, thank you, sir. All I want is the opportunity to work. I know how hard you work, sir.
Well, give him a mop and let him start working his passage out.
But Mr. Fitzwarren!
I am in command here, Gooley.
Yes, sir. So you are. For now.
Dick worked hard all the day long, but when evening came...
Don't you love the ocean, Dick?
I'm happy any place with you, Miss Alice.
I'm glad you stowed away, Dick.
So am I, Miss Alice.
I wonder what Barbary will be like.
I'm afraid it will be full of foreigners.
Oh, but will there be oranges and lemons and palm trees?
I've never seen any of those things, Miss Alice.
Nor have I, but I've heard the sailors tell of them.
It does sound strange, Miss Alice.
And beautiful, too.
Well, I'm sure the trading will be profitable, Miss Alice.
I hope your penny turns into a lot of pennies, Dick.
Thank you, Miss Alice.
You spend them all on cats?
Oh, no. If I had a lot of pennies, I'd
You'd what, Dick?
I'd save. And then I'd wish.
Wish what?
If pennies were wishes, then I'd be rich indeed. I'd only want one penny. One wish is all I'd need. If pennies were wishes, I know what I would do. I'd take my wishing penny and make a wish for you. For you are music and laughter, warm and gay. You are what I dream of when I dream of a day in May. If pennies were wishes, my lucky star would shine. For I need just one penny to wish that you were mine.
Have you ever kissed a girl, Dick?
Oh, yes, Miss Alice.
You have?
My sister, Gwendolyn. A long time ago, before they adopted her out of the orphanage.
Haven't you ever kissed any girl besides your sister, Dick?
Oh, no, that wouldn't be proper. Besides, if I want to make my fortune, I have to keep working.
I've never kissed a boy either, except my cousins, and they don't count.
I never saw much good in kissing. How did you feel about kissing your cousins, Miss Alice?
They were all grown up and had beards.
My sister didn't have that.
I wonder what it would be like to kiss someone you weren't related to.
I really don't know.
Aren't you curious?
Sort of. I think I'll ask someone who's done it.
Wouldn't it be better to find out for yourself?
Why, how could I find out except by asking? I'm only a poor orphan boy without much education.
In that case, Dick, I think it's my duty to teach you.
To teach me?
I can't exactly teach you, but I'd like to know what it's like, too. When it isn't your cousin or your sister.
Oh. You know, Miss Alice, it's different.
Isn't it?
Odd boy, stowaway, she kissed him. Will or no will, Mr. Gooley. I'll wager my share of the profits she don't marry you.
Do you think I'd marry up with the likes of her? I got a better plan for Miss Uppity and her father.
Oh, yes, Mr. Good.
We won't dump old Fitzy at sea. We'll sell him in the slave market. And we'll throw in Alice and her sweetheart for good measure.
Oh, ain't that a bit risky, Mr. Gooley?
Not at all. Leave that to me. It'll mean a handsome sum for both of us. What do you say, Captain?
Always ready to turn an honest penny, Mr. Gooley.
Barbary, for Gooley and the captain, a land of intrigue and treachery.
It's usual to hold audiences in the morning. Why couldn't the King of Barbary choose a more respectable hour?
I'm only transmitting the King's wishes, sir.
But if you'll step this way, sir, miss.
Right, say, what's the meaning of this? Gooley, attack these ruffians. Gooley, do you hear, Gooley?
Aren't you making a small mistake? The name's Fitzwarren.
What?
You're Gooley, and you're on your way to the slave market.
Captain, Tell these scoundrels to unhand us. That is an order.
I'm sorry, sir. I only take orders from Mr. Fitzwarren.
I am Mr. Fitzwarren.
You're Gooley.
I am Fitzwarren. I have the credentials to prove it.
Mr. Gooley, I must insist that you release Miss Alice and Mr. Fitzwarren at once.
Oh, I shall write to His Majesty about this.
You're forgetting, Fitzy. You can't write. And besides, as a slave, you're going to be very, very busy. In fact, all three of you are.
Gooley, you have a horrid, horrid laugh.
Get around, get closer. I have here some bargains, the like of which have never been offered in Barbary. For instance, here is one large, extraordinarily powerful piece of goods. He has the strength of 12 men, and in an hour will do more work than the average slave will do in a day.
Oh, they just can't do this to an Englishman. Let me get hold of the British consul. I'll have a warship here in less than no time.
Is there a British consul here, sir?
Oh, there's a British consul everywhere, my lad.
Oh, that Arthur Gooley, I've always hated him.
Well, I had to take what I could get. You know what the apprentice guild is nowadays.
You're next.
Oh, Father, you're going to be sold.
Nonsense, my dear.
Come with me.
No, really, I mean, but don't worry, my dear. As soon as they know who I am, there'll be absolutely no difficulty. The name of Hugh Fitzwarren is not unknown, I can assure you.
Now here we have...
Excuse me, my good man, but there is some mistake. His Majesty's subjects are never, never, never sold as slaves.
You're the mistaken one, slave.
Now look here, my good man, don't get my temper up. I am Hugh Fitzwarren, one of the most important merchants in London.
You're not in London now, slave. We have here an Englishman in good health for his age.
This is preposterous.
Quiet, slave. What am I bid? I admit, gentlemen, he's not worth much. But no bid at all.
1 silver penny. 1 silver penny?
1 silver penny. Do I hear 2? Do I hear 2? Come, gentlemen, he's not as bad as he looks. Let's hear 2. 1.5. The bid is 1.
Oh, His Majesty shall hear about this.
The bid is 1. Going, going, gone. For 1 silver penny sold to the bidder of the King of Barbary. Let's have the boy up here. Now here's something else again. Here's a slave with years of work ahead of him. Sound of wind, limb, reads, writes, and ciphers too. What am I bid?
50 pieces of silver.
60.
70.
75.
100.
Do I hear more? 100 once, 100 twice, 103 times. Going, going, gone. For 100 pieces of silver to the king's bidder. Fetch up the girl.
100 pieces of silver. Whittington, you may consider yourself no longer in my employ.
Oh, but, sir, they're foreigners. You can't expect them to know true value when they see it.
Now here, gentlemen, we have the special of the day. A real English beauty. Fit for a sultan, a caliph, for the King of Barbary himself, who, by the way, has never had an English wife.
A king's wife should not come cheap. I'll pay 1,000 pieces of gold.
Going, 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 gone, sold.
Take the girl to the women's quarters in the palace.
Daddy.
Daughter.
Goodbye, Miss Alice.
Goodbye, Dick.
Don't feel too bad, Miss Alice. After all, they think more of you than they do of your father and me. 1,000 pieces of gold. My, I wouldn't have... Oh, my.
Kick him away.
I'll take this weird beast.
Oh, no, not Puss. You can't.
It's too scrawny to eat, and I'm too tired to kill it.
Oh, Puss, don't leave me. I didn't mean to get you into this, honest.
On your way, slave.
Sir, I am an Englishman.
Oh, a bully for you.
Goodbye, Puss. Take care of yourself.
Poor Dick. Poor Miss Alice and Mr. Fitzwarren. Is it possible that a cat, at the moment a rather bedraggled one, can help them escape the clutches of the barbarous slave owners of Barbary? And so Dick and his friends were sold as slaves to the barbarous king of Barbary.
I did my best, oh great, omnipotent, all-powerful king.
Well, your best was not good enough, royal rat catcher. The mice were over me all night. I didn't sleep a wink. Oh, to the tar pits with him.
Have you seen Alice?
Yes, sir.
What have these scoundrels done to her?
Well, they're fattening her up, sir.
Good heavens, the cads. They're not going to eat her.
Or worse yet, the king is going to marry her.
But that's ridiculous. Why, I don't even know the fellow. Who is he? Who are his people?
Attend your business, slave, or I'll have you both sent to the tar pit.
You must eat, O daughter of the English mists. Wife of our great king cannot look starved.
I do not care to be the wife of your great king.
You have no choice, O daughter of the fog and damp. If you don't care about your reputation, think of mine. I promised the king a wife, not a matchstick.
Sir, that is not the way to talk to an English lady.
What, slave?
I may be only a poor slave without parents or education, but I know what's right and what's not. That is just not cricket.
Never mind your heathen curses. Eat, I said. You are the king's intended, but you're still a slave and can be punished.
I'm eating.
Pieces of gold for the bony wench. I must have been mad. Well, starved one?
See, I've finished everything.
You eat, and still you do not gain. You want me to lose my head? What happens to the food?
Oh. Ooh.
I don't like it old Fitzwarren's still alive. Suppose somehow he gets back to England.
How's a slave going to get back to England?
Well, when you're a slave, sometimes you can escape. When you're dead, that's something else again, Mr. Gooley.
You have a point there, Master Captain.
To the tar pit! I'm sick to death of these rat catchers! To the tar pits with him!
Who's being executed now?
Another royal rat catcher. This palace has a large and active population of mice, and they disturb the king's sleep. So they look for a new rat catcher every night. Would you like the honor?
Who, me? No, no, thank you, no.
The merchant Fitzwarren and his captain, O omnipotence.
He is not Fitzwarren, Your Majesty. I am Fitzwarren.
Oh, inform the slave that one more outburst like that will cause his tongue to be cut out, huh?
Great king, omnipotence, all-powerful. I have another suggestion for this slave. His wits are not right, or he would not call himself Fitzwarren. His name is Ghoulie. And in London, he's known as the greatest rat catcher in the world.
Are you a rat catcher, slave?
The only rat I want to catch is that Ghoulie. Don't mind his addle wits, great king. There's nobody like him for catching rats.
Well, he can't be any worse than all the others I've had. Come round here, slave, so I can look at you.
I will not be ordered about like this.
Your orders are, slave. Tonight you rid my chambers of rats and mice so that I may sleep. Otherwise you sleep. Long sleep.
Oh, but I like fanning, Your Majesty.
Royal rat catcher? Well, that's wonderful. Father's been promoted.
Well, I'm afraid it's not the right kind of a promotion, Miss Alice. You see, after one night, all the rat catchers get promoted into heaven.
They do?
Mm-hmm. You see, if the mice keep the king awake, the rat catchers are beheaded.
Oh, I have an uneasy feeling about this, Dick.
It is a bit of a rough go, Miss Alice. But don't worry, we'll muddle through it somehow.
Ratcatcher! Ratcatcher!
Here I am, Your Majesty.
Oh, I don't care where you are. It's where that mouse was. Woke me.
I'll attend to it immediately, Your Majesty.
Oh, you've been saying that all night.
Well, I wouldn't say it if I didn't mean it. In London, my word is considered as good as my bond.
Oh, it's my foot you've got. Have we got another rat catcher?
He is the only one you ordered for the night, omnipotent.
Don't worry, Your Majesty. I have the mouse situation completely under control. We English always win the last battle. Oh, I'm afraid, Your Majesty, you had your foot caught in the rat trap. Allow me.
Miss Alice?
Yes, Dick?
Please understand, I do not mean to criticize your father, who is the inspiration of my business life. But I don't think he has much of a future as a rat catcher.
Oh, then he'll be sent to the tar pits.
He won't. I won't permit it.
What will you do?
If worst comes to worst, I'll fight.
Oh, but one boy against all those men. Oh, I do wish we could teach Daddy how to catch those mice.
I don't think it's anything that can be taught, Miss Alice. It's rather like kissing. One sort of has to have the knack.
Oh, look.
Puss! Puss, where have you been? Oh, all right. Needn't answer me. But they're going to behead Mr. Fitzwarren unless he can get rid of all the mice in the king's bedchamber. Now, you've got to help him. I don't care how tired you are. This is an emergency. Ah, that's a good puss. We've done it, Miss Alice. Puss has come through.
Oh, how splendid.
And as a reward for the first sound sleep I've had, in more moons than I care to count, I appoint as perpetual royal high rat catcher, slave Ghoulie. Aren't you pleased, Ghoulie?
But I am not Ghoulie, Your Majesty.
Oh, you can't get me mad this morning. I had such a good sleep. No, you just go on catching the mice and use any name you wish, Ghoulie.
I am Fitzwarren, Your Majesty.
Hey, I tell you what I'll do, Ghoulie. I'll give you Fitzwarren. Enslave those two. They are now the slaves of this slave.
But, Your Majesty, it wasn't him that caught them mice. It was that cat.
Is that true, slave?
An Englishman never tells a lie. It is quite true, Your Majesty.
Then you're no use to me. Behead him and enslave that cat.
But that isn't quite legal, Your Majesty.
Oh, but it is in Barbary. Behead him and enslave that beast. From now on, she's my royal rat catcher. Bring it to me, bring it to me.
Your Majesty,
Is that slave talking to me?
you want to get rid of the mice, don't you, Your Majesty?
Oh, but I don't need you for it. She'll do it.
That's just the point, Your Majesty. She won't. No one ever made a cat do anything yet. They're not like dogs or people.
He's right, Your Majesty. These beasts cannot be made to do anything.
Well, what's the good of a royal rat catcher who won't catch rats?
She will if she wants to, Your Majesty.
Oh, how do we make her want to?
She says she'll do it under certain conditions.
You understand her language, slave?
Well, of course, Your Majesty. She's my cat. Now then, freedom for Mr. Fitzwarren, and this is Mr. Fitzwarren, Your Majesty. Freedom for Miss Alice, freedom for myself, and the value of the ship's cargo for the services of my cat.
Oh, this is ridiculous.
She says, take it or leave it, Your Majesty.
Yeah, I take it. You're free, you're free. And you're free.
Caught my rat this time, Gully.
I told you this would happen. Oh, shut up. Fetch in the gold to the value of the ship's cargo.
I can't do it, Your Majesty.
What do you mean?
This cat was my first and only friend. It wouldn't be honorable to sell her into slavery.
To the top, it's with all of them.
Dick, let us be sensible.
Your Majesty, if I could find another cat as good as this one, would you pay the same price for it?
Oh, I'd pay the same price over and over again for any number of rat catchers as good as that one. All you have to do is produce them.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
So that's why Puss disappeared.
A shipload of gold for each cat.
1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
7. We're proud of you, Puss.
Well, I'll say this for her. She's a true, red-blooded English cat.
The good ship Unicorn set sail for London with Dick, the wealthiest man on board.
In spite of all, it does seem a bit hard on Mr. Gooley.
But Gooley told me he loved cats.
But in full charge of 7 kittens, it's a tremendous responsibility.
Well, he has got the captain to help him.
But if anything should happen to even one kitten, it would mean the tar pits for both of them.
Then Gooley had better love cats. Tell me, Dick, now that you're the richest man in old London, what are you going to do?
Become Lord Mayor, I suppose.
Is that all?
Oh, Alice, if only I dared express my wish.
Here's a penny, Dick.
Puss, that's not very nice.
I do believe she's jealous.
She has every right to be.
Dream away, little man. Dream as long as you can. Don't grow